There comes a moment in every person's life, a quiet moment, unseen by the world, uncelebrated, where a choice is made, not between good and evil, but between action and stagnation, between growth and mediocrity, between the life you were born into and the life you were meant to build. You don't see it on your calendar. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks or fanfare, but it comes. And when it does, it whispers, "What will you do with this day?" Because success is not a lightning strike. It's not a lucky break. It is a ritual. It is a religion of action. It is the slow burn of daily habits, compounding in the dark, until one day the world calls it genius. But genius is just discipline that stayed faithful. Greatness is just habit, repeated with courage. Mindset. You must begin by understanding this. The enemy is not out there. It's not your past, not your critics, not the world. It's the whisper inside you that says, "Stay in bed. Do it tomorrow. You're not ready. This won't matter anyway." That voice has a name. It is doubt. It is fear wearing the mask of logic, and it feeds on inaction. The battlefield is your mind. And the victory is won through habits. Every thought you entertain is a vote. Every habit you keep is a seed. What you water grows. You are not the product of your circumstances. You are the product of your decisions. And your decisions are the children of your habits. When Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich, he wasn't talking about wishes. He was talking about the daily alignment of thought, emotion, and action. Your mind is a magnet, not for luck, but for patterns. And those patterns shape your destiny. Belief and self-image. You cannot rise above the image you hold of yourself. You cannot outperform your own self-belief. You can only ever live up to the story you've chosen to tell yourself every morning. So the question is, what story are you telling? Are you a victim waiting for permission to act? Or are you a creator forging reality with discipline and grit? Carnegie believed in men before they believed in themselves. Edison failed thousands of times but never considered himself a failure. Ford was told the V8 engine was impossible. He told them, build it anyway. They didn't worship talent. They worshipped consistency. They understood this truth. Success does not come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do every single day, when no one's watching. Clarity and intention. So stop asking, what do I want in life? Ask instead, what am I willing to suffer for? Clarity is not about dreaming. It's about choosing. Choosing which distractions to ignore, choosing what matters enough to hurt for, to sweat for, to sacrifice for. Without clarity, the world will decide for you. The algorithm, the noise, the endless scroll of someone else's dreams. But when you get clear, when your purpose sharpens like a blade, you start to move differently. You wake up with urgency. You treat your minutes like their currency, because they are. A man with no vision gets pulled by the winds, but a man with a purpose, he becomes the wind. Discipline and structure. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It's loving yourself enough to do the hard things, to rise before the world wakes, to choose silence over distraction, focus over comfort, progress over popularity. When Hill spoke of burning desire, he didn't mean motivation. He meant obsession, a fire that fuels the routine, that drags your body forward when your feelings say no. Your feelings are loud, but they are not the truth. Your truth is found in what you do after the feeling passes. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being committed when the novelty wears off. It's waking up and putting in the reps, not because it's easy, but because you made a vow to become something greater than you were yesterday. resilience, and inner strength. Now we arrive at the fire within you, the part no one sees, the part they won't clap for, won't share, won't like. Resilience. You want success? Then get ready to suffer beautifully. Because the path of greatness is littered with trials, moments that bend you, break you, and ask you, do you still want it now? And most people will fold. Most people will blame the weather, the algorithm, the government, their upbringing, their trauma, anything but themselves. But not you. You're not here for the applause. You're here for the process. You're here for that sacred space where pressure forges diamonds. You think it's supposed to be easy? Then read the lives of Lincoln, Mandela, Jobs, Earhart. Pain carved their paths, but they turned that pain into focus. That's the secret. You must bleed in the shadows to shine in the light. Because the habit of success is not only in waking early, reading daily, training hard, it is in how you stand back up after life floors you. Resilience isn't built when everything goes right. It's built when everything goes wrong, and you show up anyway. But resilience without growth is repetition. So listen, success demands that you remain a student. The most dangerous phrase in the English language is, "I already know that." You may have heard it, but have you embodied it? Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit, but only the learner finds it." You must make curiosity a habit. Feed your mind like a warrior sharpens his sword, not just for knowledge, but for clarity, perspective, power. Read what others won't. Ask the questions they're afraid to ask. Study failure like a textbook. Extract the formula hidden in every loss. You cannot create a new future with the same mind that created your past. Growth is the commitment to destroy your former self, daily. And if your ego gets in the way, if you think you've arrived, you've already stopped rising. Mastery and long-term vision. Let's speak of mastery. The world will celebrate your highlights, but greatness is not built in highlight reels. It is sculpted in the shadows, in the boring, beautiful monotony of progress. Mastery means repetition with intention, not for clout, not for applause, but because your standard demands it. Tiger Woods hit 1,000 golf balls a day before the sun came up. Da Vinci dissected corpses to study human anatomy. Kobe Bryant would practice a single move until it was impossible to miss. That is not discipline. That is reverence. So stop chasing quick wins. Plant trees you may never sit under, because every habit you build is a brick in your legacy. And legacy doesn't care about speed. It cares about consistency. Are you willing to be great in private for years before the world recognizes your name? If not, you're chasing applause, not mastery. Final rising call. Closing climax. And now, here you are, breathing, beating, standing at the edge of the life you were meant to create. The world will offer you escape, comfort, excuses, shortcuts. It will tell you, take it easy. You've done enough. Try again next year. Who are you to think you can rise? But you know the truth. This is not about luck, not about timing, not about being chosen. This is about discipline and faith and the sacred ritual of showing up for yourself every single day with no witnesses, no glory, just the fire inside you that refuses to go out. So rise, build the habits, protect the routine, fall in love with the unsexy work of daily excellence. Because while the world is distracted, you are constructing. While others delay, you are designing. While they sleep, you become. And one day, not too far from now, they will call you lucky. They will say, it must have been easy for you. And you will smile because you'll know the truth. You were never lucky. You were disciplined. You were focused. You were faithful. And success was just your habit.